Good morning, everyone. I'm Maria Quiroz, the Interim Manager for Small Business Development Department. I'd like to welcome you all to the San Diego International Airport first virtual Meet the Primes event 2020. Most of you remember last year we were at Balboa Park and had over 60 exhibitors and nearly 500 attendees. This year is definitely different, but we still wanted to provide small businesses the opportunity to outreach and connect with the primes. For any businesses new to Meet the Primes, the objective of our event is not only to present the industry primes contractors, but also to provide resources to help small businesses become successful, to learn about opportunities, resources, and value information that can help you elevate your business. With that said, I want to welcome Hensel Phelps Construction, who is our first presenter for today. Welcome, Rob, and thank you for your participation. Please introduce yourself and your team.
Well, good morning, everyone. Yes, thank you for that warm introduction. I am Rob Brienza. I am a development manager for Hensel Phelps. With me is Michelle Garcia. She is our development outreach coordinator for small and diverse businesses in Southern California. And we are excited to present to you today a little bit about ourselves and a little bit about getting to know trade partner. Yeah, a huge thank you to San Diego Airport, the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority for allowing us to meet with trade partners and the community of San Diego here. Events like these are a great way for us to get in contact, to provide services and to potentially work with partners like yourselves. A little bit about what we're going to talk about today. For those that may not know Hensel Phelps, we'll talk a little bit about ourselves. We want to learn and show ways about how you and I, we can connect and become partners on projects in the short term and in the long term. We want to talk a little bit about our commitment to the communities, the small business communities that we serve. When we go and we build projects for our clients, we also want to serve the community as much as we can. And we demonstrate that from the people that we hire. And, you know, myself, I'm a local San Diegan, so the community of San Diego is very important to me as well. So we'll talk about our commitment to San Diego and the Southern California region. We want to talk about our job site expectations from a safety perspective and a performance standpoint. Being a good trade partner and being good to our clients comes with a level of expectations, and we want to share that with you so you know what it's like to work with us and what it's like to work with our teams. We'll talk a little bit about bid opportunities, and we'll also leave some time at the end to have some discussion. Like the airport had mentioned, we want to make this as interactive as possible at the end. So look forward to having some of those discussions at the end of this presentation. So a little bit about ourselves. Hensel Phelps, we're known as a general contractor, first and foremost. We're a builder. We will talk about some of the projects we've done nationwide. We'll talk about some of the projects that we've done locally. We also have two additional arms to our business. We're also a developer. So we also work on the front end of projects such as the Hilton Bayfront, Lanefield, some hospitality opportunities that we've worked on in the past. And we'll partner with clients early on to develop and finance their projects. Our general contracting arm is very important for the construction side of things. But we also have a services arm too. Basically, we found that developing projects and building projects are only the start of the opportunities with our clients. at the end of the day, when we turn over the keys, usually we were done with the projects at that point. But we also have a services group now too that will stay with our clients and operate and maintain and work during the warranty periods and the life cycle of those projects also. So those three groups, we feel, as a company, we're able to grow a project, build a project, and continue with the life of the project throughout. So that's Hensel Phelps in a nutshell for our three development arm, or our three core business opportunities. Over the past 80 years, we were started in Greeley, Colorado in 1937. Since then, we've done over 2,200 projects and almost $90 billion worth of work nationwide. We've done some work in Guam. We've done some international work as well, but our focus as a company has been in North America. You may know some of our projects nationwide. We actually worked on projects such as LAX airports in the aviation world. We've also worked on the Pentagon, wedges 2 through 5. That's one of the largest projects we've done. We are working on quite a diverse range of market sectors, including healthcare, hospitality, civic, education, and many others besides that. On the aviation side, looks like my PowerPoint is thinking. There we go. Over the past 40 years, we've done almost 300 aviation projects worth almost $18 billion. Just in California and the West Coast alone, we've done a lot of work at Los Angeles International Airport. We have done work at Ontario Airport, San Francisco International Airport, Seattle. We're hot and heavy there right now. We are ranked for the past 4 years in E&R as the #1 aviation contractor in North America, and for the past 5 years in BD+C. Aviation is one of our bread and butter market sectors that we're in. So there's lots of opportunities right now at some of those airports I just mentioned. If you're not focused on just San Diego, but the greater Southern California region, we'll talk a little bit about opportunities at the end of the presentation. Give this a second to load. And we're going to talk a little bit about focus on San Diego projects. So we've done just under 75 projects worth $3.5 billion. Some of those projects you may see, such as or recognize when you drive downtown, the Hilton Bayfront is one project that we actually, our development arm, started with with Hilton developing, and then we constructed that project. Lane Field, north and south. We're actually looking for opportunities to continue developing Lane Field in the short term. We've done a ton of work at UCSD, the Sanford Consortium, and multiple residence towers on that campus. For GSA, one of our federal clients, we've done the downtown federal courthouse and the San Ysidro Land Port of Entry. For healthcare, we've worked with Kaiser Permanente on the Claremont Mesa Hospital that we finished a few years ago, and many others. So that's just a little bit about us from a national perspective, SoCal perspective, and focused on San Diego. I'm going to bring up this next slide here as it loads. Sorry for the delay there. So our core vision, our motto is delivering excellence in all we do. And I want to show a video that demonstrates our commitment to excellence across our company. So that video that we just presented, the people that were shown in that video are our employees. Those weren't actors. Those are individuals that participated in the development of that video. We came up with the idea of delivering excellence in all we do. It was actually from our corporate executive group. They surveyed our company every couple of years. They survey our company to ask us what's important to us as employees. We're an employee-owned company, so myself, Michelle, everyone that you worked with on our projects have ownership in the company, and we're vested in how our company performs, because how we perform is how well we are compensated on the back end. So our dedication to our clients comes because we feel a personal obligation to being successful. And we do that through the pillars that you see on here: people, processes, partnerships, and technology. The people, the employee ownership is what supports the excellence. We're dedicated to making our job successful and putting forth a quality product and finishing a project on time and on budget for our clients. And our biggest asset, our best asset, is our people. And without that pillar, our company is nothing without our people. So our commitment to our people exemplifies our commitment to our clients and our commitment to the trade partners. Our processes. So we, as a company, myself and Michelle, we have all been grown within our company. I started right out of college with Hensel Phelps as a field engineer. I made my way through office and project engineer, and I was a superintendent. I'm working on our business development group now. I've been with Hensel Phelps for 14 years, but I've, as an employee that's been with the company from the beginning of my career, I understand all the processes associated with operations, estimating, development, procurement, that makes me successful for the company, for our clients, and for our trade partners. Michelle as well. Michelle, we'll introduce her in a little bit too. You know, she started as an intern with us, and she's worked with our estimating group, our operations group, and now as a trade partner outreach coordinator. She is the bridge between all of our operations, estimating, and procurement efforts to make sure that we bring in trade partners that will be successful and will make you successful and will bring successful projects for our clients as well. Those partnerships that we've talked about with our clients, with small businesses, those partnerships are invaluable to our company. We have 80% of our business is repeat clients. Because once we've worked with clients, they see what we're about, they see our dedication, they see that we can be successful for them and we can be successful for our trade partners. So that those partnerships are very important to us as well. Excuse me, and technology as well. We were one of the first companies that utilized BIM on our projects. We have a whole VDC group, virtual design and construction, that we work with and bring the most innovative technologies to our projects, to work with our contractors, to work with our clients. We're actually one of the first contractors. We were the first contractor to get an FAA permit to fly drones on our job sites. So we feel we've led the way on technology in the industry. And we feel that we've demonstrated that by being on the leading edge of that technology, sharing it with our clients, sharing it with our trade partners, and pushing the industry towards innovation. So those 4 pillars are our values, and we sum this up when we say the Hensel Phelps way. If you've ever seen our yellow trucks driving around, you'll see that on the back of the tailgate. When people say the Hensel Phelps way, they associate that with success. They associate that with our brand. People like myself, Michelle, the people that you saw in the video, satisfied clients, and strong partnerships with our trade partners and the communities that we serve. So that's a little bit about us and delivering excellence in all we do. So I want to talk about that and bridge our company with our outreach efforts. And on the screen, you'll see our commitment to small businesses and diverse businesses in our communities. These are individuals that are solely focused on small business outreach and supplier diversity. We have a corporate representative, Brad Lewis. He's out of our Mid-Atlantic district, but he works for the entire company to ensure that we set the bar high for our expectations to make sure that we're meeting our small business requirements and exceeding our goals, and making sure that our commitment to the communities and the trade partners are established and maintained. We also have individuals focused in Southeast, Western on the screen there. But I'm going to introduce you to Michelle Kaiser. Again, she is focused on Southern California outreach efforts. Her email and phone number are on the screen there. Again, she's been with our company for almost, I think, 12 years.
9 years.
9 years. She started as an intern. She worked on our operations side. She worked on our estimating side, and she's the perfect bridge, we feel, for our trade partners to bring them in and make them successful, not only in procurement, also when they're on our projects performing work, and when performing closeout on our projects. So Michelle, I'll turn it over to you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Rob. Yes, hi everyone. My name is Michelle Kaiser. I am the manager of supplier diversity in Southern California. So I am your contact. And today I wanted to share with you how to become a trade partner. So I'm going to be showing our website and the steps that you will take to join our subcontractor database. We use Building Connected. So first we'll have you go to henselphelps.com. It's the easiest thing to remember. So I'll show you kind of the links to go from there. The About and Trade Partners will take you to our corporate landing page. That's where you'll find our Hensel Phelps is an equal opportunity employer statement. It also shows the steps to becoming a subcontractor that are consistent for the company, and a map of the districts. So if you work in Southern California, but you also work in Texas or Arizona, those are different districts. So this map kind of helps you to see which you need to sign in for. So each district will have its own landing page with the lead contact information, opportunities that are posted through Building Connected, upcoming bidding opportunities. So this is a good place just to see what's out there for us, and the pre-qualifications link. So that's where you'll click to apply online. You'll have access to that registration form from that link. So here we'll show you what that looks like after you click on it. It'll take you to Building Connected, where you'll put in your email address. You'll get an email. It'll ask you to verify yourselves, and then it'll send you in to start creating a profile. So you'll start by putting in the name of your company. If your company already exists, it will show up and you'll simply click and update the information. Be sure to keep that updated. If you don't already have a profile, you'll start to put in your job title, your contact information, labor type, and enterprise type, of course, the work performed. These are tools that we'll use to filter and find you when bid time comes. We may be looking for women-owned business participation, so all this information is very helpful. And this is what your profile will look like. You'll have your contact information, projects, bids, and this is the qualification form. So the more information you fill out on this page, the better it is for us to find you and to find that fit, to find that project that's going to work for both of us. So of course you want to put in that enterprise type and the work performed again, if that did not populate already. But we also want to know the information about your EMR. Safety is really important to us. So that's a really helpful one for us to know. And bonding, we do need bonds for work that's over $50,000. So all the information you put here will just make it easier for us to find you and to find the fit. that'll lead into the Hensel Phelps commitment. As Rob mentioned, we are employee owned, which leads to us just having integrity and wanting to be the best builders that we can be. And diversity and sense of community, those are important to us. We want people to know that bright yellow truck is coming into town. That's a good thing. It's a good thing when Hensel Phelps is around. And that leads to our intentional approach. We're hosting our own outreach events. We're attending outreach events that like the San Diego airport is hosting. So we certainly want to connect with you. And that's a top-down commitment. That's something that the CEO comes and speaks on. As Rob mentioned, we have dedicated people throughout the country, including a corporate manager of supplier diversity. So it is certainly a value of ours to have supplier diversity. That's my whole job. So I'm here to connect with you all and to find the opportunities to work together. Because building the relationship is so important. As we mentioned, we are employee owned. We also self-perform concrete. We have carpenters in LA. So it's, we really care. We know what it takes to build, and we really appreciate all of our small businesses and understand some of the hats that you have to wear and the things that you have to do to keep your company successful. And of course, we want to have that line of communication. So if anything comes up, if there's an issue with the schedule, or if you're not understanding, or you have financing questions, we can help with that. And of course, if you find that there's a project that we're reaching out to you for and you don't think that that's a fit, be honest, because we want to find the right fit. We want for all of us to be successful. And that open and honest communication is really the most important. And definitely engaging. So don't be afraid to call. We shared my phone number and my email address. It'll show up again in this presentation. But that's really important for us to hear from you and to just have you top of mind for when that opportunity does come up, then we know you're there and we know you're ready. So be a squeaky wheel. Don't necessarily be a wobbly shopping cart, because we won't always have an opportunity for you. We may not invite you to every single project, but we do want to be purposeful and find the right one for you and for us to work together. And hopefully you make it to the job site with us, and here are a few pointers of expectations that we have for when you do join us on the job. First, we want you to know, welcome to the family. If you're on a Hensel Phelps project, we want you there. We want all of us to be successful. So there's certainly a team environment there, and we're excited for the opportunity to work with you. And we'll start with safety being our most paramount. So this is a statement that's in every Hensel Phelps project. No job or service is so important or urgent that it cannot be performed the safe way. So be assured that on any project at Hensel Phelps, safety is a value of ours. And yes, we are living in COVID pandemic. We need to be aware of what that entails. In addition to our typical PPE, we have masks and washing stations and maintaining the social distancing as much as possible. So there are certain considerations that we're having to implement right now. Along with safety, quality is important to us. We want to be proud of the work that we put in place and the work that we show to our owner. So we have this 6-step process. We have dedicated safety people on projects. We have dedicated quality control people on projects. But truly, quality and safety are things that are important to every single person on the project. So the 6-step process starts at procurement and it goes all the way to final testing. That means that the estimators and the office engineers, field engineers, project managers, superintendents, everybody's part of this process. And so everybody's here to support you through it. And some projects have a lot of administrative requirements, a lot of paperwork, some forms that you may not be familiar with. So we're here to help you through all this and figure out how to do it. And like I said, we're here to help. These are photos of real HP people that are nice and friendly and willing to help. I'm going to hand it back to Rob, who's going to talk about bid opportunities.
So right now, some projects for us that are currently in procurement, these are projects that we're pursuing right now. We're shortlisted along with PCL and SUNT for the San Diego Airport Administrative Building. That will be awarded sometime middle of next year. The board will make their selection and move forward with that project. I'm sure everyone is aware of the Terminal and Roadways project that Turner is working on. This San Diego Airport Administration building has to be started and completed before that project kicks off. So this project will be one of the first ones out of the chute for the San Diego Airport. We're looking forward to that procurement opportunity this winter and next year. We are also awaiting ourselves, and one of our competitors has been shortlisted for the VA hospital here in San Diego. They should be awarding that by the end of this year. NAVVAC, we're also in one of the IDIQ MACs for various task orders that will be released over the next few years. And we'll be pursuing some of those projects as they are released by NAVVAC. Right here at the San Diego Airport as well, Southwest and United Airlines are working on some back of house opportunities. We're in the procurement for that right now. We're chasing that with a few of our competitors, but that should be awarded end of this year, early next year, from the timing that the airport has shared with us. Some other opportunities that we'll be pursuing specifically in Sandag, if you've read about the NAVWAR Sandag development opportunity here in San Diego, that project has been something that we have been engaged on, and the Navy and Sandag are working towards putting out a project here in the next couple of years. So we expect that project to come out hopefully by the end of next year, early 2022. Sandag is also working on an additional land port of entry in Otay Mesa. That project we're expecting to be put out end of next year, early 2022 as well. We're working with, we're pursuing work with the County of San Diego. They have a few opportunities coming out next year, including the Hall of Justice renovation project and a few others. Lane Field is looking at, we've developed and constructed Lane Field North and South, also known as the Intercontinental now for branding purposes, but they're looking to develop that property hopefully sometime by the end of next year, early 2022 as well. There's lots of opportunities in San Diego, and sometimes we found out about them very quickly, and we have to turn something around in a short time frame. Some of them are further out, but that's just a highlight of some of the opportunities we're looking at right now. If you have specific questions, you can email Michelle or myself. We will be happy to get you information on these projects as they develop and as they are awarded. Current projects that we have that we're under construction, under contract for right now, across Southern California, we have about $700 million worth of work in China Lake right now. If you want to know where China Lake is, you can actually Google it. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of LA. We're in the process of starting to build some man camps out there right now, but there is a ton of opportunities with NAVVAC there right now. Not only our project, but there are also other projects that some of NAVVAC's put out to some of our other general contractors as well. So there is a lot of work out there right now. At LAX, we have work at Delta and American Airlines right now that we're working on. We are in design phase for Southwest Terminal 1 East. Right now, that one is going to be designed and developed over the next year to year and a half before construction begins. We are shortlisted on a project at LAX for Alaska Airlines that should be awarding in the next couple of weeks. We haven't heard who that will be yet, but if it's us, we'll be looking for contractors very quickly. We have work at several of the UC schools, including Irvine. We have 2 projects out there at UCI. One of them is a hospital that's currently in design. It's about a $750 million project that will be on the Irvine campus. You may be familiar with the Orange Hospital for UCI, but this hospital that will be developed will be just on the outskirts of the Irvine campus. We're also shortlisted for an RFP for the School of Medicine with UCR. So that will be in procurements, hopefully early to middle of next year. We were awarded a second Caltech lab project called Caltech Resnick. So that's another Pasadena, LA area project. And as well as Kaiser Permanente, we're finishing up a project at Downey. We're helping finish the design, and we'll be constructing a hospital in Riverside middle of next year. Hopefully that will be breaking ground. Long story short is there's a lot of projects that we have that other GCs have. So we want to make sure that you reach out to us and get into our small business database, get into our trade partner and get signed up. So for these projects, when we need to pull subcontractors and get bids from trade partners like you, we have your information. We can reach out and ask you to bid a project and give you an opportunity to work with us. So that's the long and short of it. I do want to thank everyone who's attended. And again, thank you to SDCRAA, the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority. And thank you to trade partners like you. You're the lifeblood of our industry. We couldn't put these projects together without you. And all the success that we have with our clients, we hope to have that success with some of you guys in the near future or in the long-term future. So again, I'll throw up my contact information, Michelle's contact information, that phone number and the website for our San Diego office, our La Jolla office is the phone number listed there, and henselphelps.com is where you can go for outreach opportunities. Steve Fryer couldn't attend today, but he's our regional director of planning. The 3 of us are focused on opportunities in Southern California and San Diego. Feel free to reach out to us to see what opportunities are out there. I think I will turn that back over to SDCRAA. I think they will be emceeing some of the questions and talking a little bit about opportunities with them.
Right. All right. Well, actually, I'm from San Diego Unified School District. We've been really hopeful to have you come on to work with us, but we know that K through 12 isn't necessarily a big focus of Hensel Phelps, but maybe we could change your mind in the future.
You know,
we do K through 12.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're
So
currently at Venice High School, and we're doing a middle school in Belvedere, both in Los Angeles. But yeah, we definitely do education.
all right.
we've
So
been
maybe
at
for our next round, we'll see you on our projects as well. All right, sounds good. Well, we do have a couple of questions. We have a few professional service providers in our attendance right now. And so they're wondering, do they have to go through the pre-qualification process? You know, folks that are doing work in IT, security planning, design, consultant services, do they need to also get pre-qualified as well?
So they don't necessarily go into our building connected database because that is primarily for our trade partners installing work, but we do still want to connect with them. So we may still have them fill out some of the pre-qual questions in that they ask for contact information and work performed descriptions, but it's not the same form. It's not the same process.
Okay, excellent. And is that the case for suppliers as well?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So folks out there, if you're interested in connecting with Hensel Phelps and you are a professional service provider or a material supplier, anything of that nature, make sure you reach out to Michelle. We've posted her information in the chat, and it's also was available during the presentation. So you will be able to get in touch with her, and she will provide you next steps so that you can ensure that you are on the Hensel Phelps list and ready to go. Rob, you brought up a good point there that some of these needs that some of the agencies have, some of these owners have, they're quick, right? So the importance of being and having a connection with Hensel Phelps early on so that you know who you can team with is great. Do you mind speaking to that a little bit more, like how important it is, you, Rob or Michelle, how important it is to connect beforehand? Sometimes when you're bidding an opportunity, it might be too late for some of those, for some of that scope of work.
I would agree with you. And I want to encourage everyone again, go to our website, get registered, get into our Building Connected situation or a Building Connected site and put your contact information in. The process that we go through, our estimators, when we get a bid, an RFP and RFQ, we usually have 30 to 60 days max to respond to those. If we're lucky, it's 60 days. If it's a quicker project, it's 30 days on average. And we have to initiate contact with our subcontractor community if we need to provide budgeting or GMP or hard bid numbers for those clients. So if you're getting into the system and trying to get on a specific project, it may be a little late because we're already have multiple estimators calling subcontractors to say, hey, I need your bid. And most of these, especially the hard bids or anything with government agencies, whether it's the federal government, county, state, city entities, it's 3 bids, for each trade. And we have to list that subcontractor out. We have to list their license. We have to list their bond percentage. We have to list their EMR. And we need that information up front. So when we're going on our database, we're selecting subcontractors that we know have met our pre-qualification process and will also meet the pre-qualification requirements for our clients. So if you're getting into our system and we're in the middle of the bid, it might be a little late. So again, get into our system, get your contact in there. Mike Verastro and Sean Edwards are our chief estimators. They're going to be pushing the estimators to contact the trade partners we have. We have trade partners that we know have been successful, and we have trade partners that we know, when we have small business requirements, diverse business requirements, minority-owned, women-owned requirements for these agencies. We know to look in our database, and we know from our historical efforts which ones we need to pull. But we want to get as many as possible because sometimes it is tough to meet those requirements. And we sometimes have to do a little more research, or we have to go out and ask subcontractors that we haven't engaged in the past to engage us because we need to meet expectations. We also, our subcontractors will have tiered vendors, manufacturers, suppliers that will help meet those expectations also. So if you reach out to the subcontractor community as well, or if you have worked with our trade partners in the past or other general contractors, those references help as well. So that'll be a very long response, but hopefully that's a clear and concise message to the group.
Yeah. So make your connections now. Very important. Reach out to Michelle and definitely connect with Hensel Phelps. We do have a question about staff augmentation services. Does Hensel Phelps utilize staff augmentation services for professional positions?
When you say staff augmentation, do you mean
like staffing agencies, potentially, folks in that area?
We actually have a person dedicated to recruitment internally with our company. She is focused solely on recruitment for the industry and for entry-level positions. If you do want to work with us as a employee directly, you can reach out to me for that also, and we'll get you in touch for that. We typically don't do staff augmentation opportunities because we do a lot of that in-house, and a lot of our hiring is done at the entry level, and we groom people in our company to grow and spend years with us. You know, Michelle being with us for almost 10 years, me for 14. I mean, we have people that have been here almost 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So having, you know, getting people in the entry level and grooming them. We do hire in the industry as well. So not to say that we don't, but we definitely have a lot of strong industry hires as well. A lot of that has been internal efforts though. But if you want opportunities to work with us directly as an employee, reach out to Michelle or myself and we can get you in touch.
We also have a careers landing page from our Hensel Phelps website. So I believe it's henselphelps.com/careers. But that can go on there for people that are wanting to post resumes. In terms of staff augmentation, like Rob said, we don't typically do that, but there are sometimes needs where our trade partners do need an extra superintendent or someone to help with daily reports. We know some of these projects are administrative difficult. So I think that regardless of what your services are, you can contact me, because my intent is always to connect people, and whether that's an opportunity with Hensel Phelps, hopefully that's the one, but if not, then hopefully we can still find you a fit to get work. Which is what we can.
And to follow up on that point, that's a good point too, Michelle. We do hire consultants for things like on some of our larger projects. We may have a consultant work with us on scheduling to work with our superintendents to make sure that not only are we building a schedule that is strong, complete, but also all the logic ties, all the parts and pieces of the CPM are well developed. And the details are complete. We sometimes hire people for, sometimes our VDC department is stretched thin and can't do some of the drone shots or some BIM opportunities. So sometimes we'll hire consultants to help with that. So if there's an opportunity you're looking for that also, reach out to us.
Excellent. Very good. We have just a couple more questions to go before we finish up our Q&A here. We have structural engineers in our attendance as well, and they are certified as a small business and DBE. We know DBE is very important for the airport. Are there any opportunities for engineers, design folks on some of these airport projects that you're looking at?
Potentially, I would encourage them to reach out to Michelle and I directly, and we can see where we can connect and potentially partner on some of these opportunities.
All right, sounds good. And the San Diego administration project, folks seem to be very excited about that, and definitely it being an airport event, today, and also that Hensel Phelps will be working on the San Diego administration building. Is there a particular contact for that? Should they contact Michelle, or is there a team member that they should be contacting for opportunities with the administration building?
So Steve and I are engaged on that. And again, I want to remind everyone that's in the procurement phase right now. We've been shortlisted with PCL and SUNT. So 3 GCs are competing on that project. It's a design build competition. I think that RFP comes out, the timing is this month, but the award won't be until the middle of next year, close to the summer, when the board will select and approve the preferred GC at that time. And if we're awarded it at that time, yes, we'll be engaging the trade partners for opportunities, or PCL or SUN if they're the preferred GC. So reach out to, you can reach out to Steve and I specifically on that one because we're engaged on that opportunity.
Excellent. Very good. And we have one quick request. If we could go back to the contact slide. I think
course.
it came through a little blurry for
Yeah.
some folks. Maybe it was just, the timing. It looks clear for me right now, but for the folks, make sure you take a screenshot of that. And if for any reason you are still having problems viewing the contact information there, make sure you reach out to Michelle. Michelle will be a great contact for you. She'll be able to share Steve, Rob, and Rob's information and any other contacts that you may need for Hensel Phelps. I just want to say it's always exciting to hear Caltech. I'm a Pasadena girl, born and raised. So my mom retired from there as a support staff. So I love to hear when folks are working on Caltech projects. It's a beautiful campus as well.
It really is.
I'm not surprised that Hensel Phelps was awarded for a project on such a great campus, and all the other work that you're doing as well. Congratulations on all of that. So it looks like those are all the questions that we have for today for the Hensel Phelps team. Thank you so much for all of your insight to the work that's coming up. Contact information for the presenters, again, is still up there if you need it. And back to you, Maria, if you're there. I think Maria's going to join us for a few last words before we end our hour here.
Yes, thank you, Alma.
You're welcome.
And thank you all for participating in our presentation with Hensel Phelps this morning. I want to remind everyone that our next presenters will be sent at 9:30. Today is our second day of 5 exciting days with abundant value information to help your business grow. So as all of you have heard this morning, reach out to the Hensel Phelps team, reach out to us. We're here to help you. We're here to connect, and that's the most important thing. You heard that there's a lot of work coming up at the airport with our new Terminal 1. So please get involved. We're looking for your business. We will also be emailing you a survey at the end of day 5. At that time, please take the time to complete it. Be honest, give us your feedback, help us. That will help us improve in planning these events. This is our first virtual Meet the Prime, so please help us through this. And a special thanks to the HP team for your excellent presentation, and our support team that is helping us this today. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. We will be closing this session to set up for the next one. Therefore, please log back in a couple of minutes if you're planning to attend the SUNT presentation.
A quick note on the SUNT presentation. The slide notes that the presentation is at 9 a.m. The presentation will actually start at 9:30 a.m. You're welcome to start logging on a little earlier beforehand, but just know that the presentation won't start till 9:30 a.m. for the SUNT construction presentation.
Correct. Thank you, Alma, for that.
No problem.
Thank you, and I will go ahead and end this session now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.